Hey everyone, welcome back to the breaking news. I'm Ziwei and today we're going to talk about Singapore's largest oil traders, that is Leong Trading. Leong Trading is an oil and gas industry which provides transportation services and petroleum products, and also a well-known company because it is one of the Singapore's largest oil traders. The company supply lubricants, oil, diesel products and also grease. Leong Trading was registered in 1963 by Leong Queen, who is the founder of the company and headquartered in Singapore. Lim founded Leong Trading at the age of 20 with a truck to deliver diesel to a small-scale rural energy producer and fisherman. Planning to build Singapore's fourth oil refinery in December 2010 by Leong, and plans to file for an initial public offering, that is IPO, but eliminated those plans by the end of the same year in 2014. In April 2020, Leong filed the bankruptcy protection. Leong also combined with other three companies, which is Ocean Tankers Ltd by Lim family either fully or partly under judicial management, Universal Group Holding, that is UGH, Seher Investment Pte Ltd, which owns a tanker fleet, and the oil port Universal Terminal in order to develop an entire petroleum trading platform. When the COVID-19 outbreak in Wuhan, China that confirmed and announced to the world, Lim believed that oil prices would increase and may recover the request for oil, which Lim also expected the Chinese government would effectively make the quintessential Leong play. Although, as the COVID-19 crisis became worse into a pandemic, especially in the middle of plummeting crude oil prices, loan repayments amounting to billions of dollars became a pressure to the company to pay back, as the company was facing financial difficulties that time. The company is still unable to generate enough funds to repay its loan without being affected by the sale of oil offered as security. Court ordered Leong Trading to be placed under judicial administration in April 2020 after banks requested the repayments of loans. Another reason when Lim would retire immediately from his position as director, which is not well explained over what period of time the losses have been suffered. Leong Trading has filed for bankruptcy under Section 211B of the Singapore Companies Act in order to postpone repayments of billions of dollars in debt. The company suffered around $800 million in future losses throughout the year, which were not shown in the financial statement. Traders canceled a lot of transactions because they were unable to obtain letters of credits from banks. In 2021, the owners of Leong are facing assets claims. They are failed to restructure around $3.5 billion in debt. There isn't much money left in the company, but the family has many assets, so the creditors are now trying to go after those. Singapore files 105 new charges against Leong founder, that is Lim Oi Queen. The latest charges follow 25 forgery-related accusations filed against Lim last year, and in April this year, they included 68 counts of cheating, 36 counts of conspiracy to commit forgery, and 1 count of conspiracy to fabricate value security. Now, let's look at how the scandalous event affect the auditor and the roles of auditor in this case.
Based on the question, we have made some research regarding the effect on the auditor.
Okay, the first one is Deloitte was sued for violating the terms of its engagement with the plaintiff. This is because of first, irregularities and material misstatement. In the case of Leong, Deloitte failed to detect the irregularities and material misstatement in Leong financial statement. Because of that, auditor has been sued for failing to notice the company's major error, where financial statement have been overstated to cover all the company's losses. Second, unqualified opinion of the external auditor. Deloitte provide an unqualified opinion for each fiscal year. The company has been bankrupt since at least 2012 and its assets were overvalued. Deloitte convinced and conclude Leong financial statement free from material misstatement supported by appropriate audit evidence. Thus, Deloitte unqualified opinion indicates all the financial statement compliance with all standard, fairly and truthfully presented in respect to the material perspective. And the third one is the fail of internal control system. Hin Leong Trading not to disclose the losses in financial statement, where Lim Un Kui admit that firm losses of $808 million were not reflected in the financial statement.
Other than that, the scandalous event has made Deloitte agree to pay Malaysian ringgit 80 million. The lawsuit toward Deloitte adds to a string of misfortune as a result of the accounting scandal around the global accounting firm. Thus, Deloitte agreed to pay Malaysian ringgit 80 million as part of a settlement over the firm's audit of the state-owned 1MDB fund.
Besides, Deloitte lost their client, which is Hin Leong Trading. Deloitte was an auditor of Hin Leong Trading for more than a decade. However, Hin Leong Trading has decided to appoint a new auditor instead of Deloitte. This is due to the Deloitte's auditor failure to exercise a high level of care toward the firm. Hin Leong Trading appointed Goh Tian Pong and Chang Ken Tep from PwC as an interim judicial manager in 2020.
Apart from that, reputation of Deloitte as auditor firm of Hin Leong Trading also affected. Deloitte, who was an external auditor of Hin Leong Trading, has gone against the fundamental principle of auditor. First, integrity. Deloitte does not even acknowledge Hin Leong Trading regarding the misstatement in the financial statement. Second, objectivity. Deloitte seems to have essentially allowed the oil firm Hin Leong Trading to seem good. And the last one is professionalism, competence and due care, where Deloitte failed to discover material mistreatment and provide unqualified opinions. Next, we are going to take a look on the roles of the auditor.
Over the previous few years, Hin Leong has concealed enormous losses totaling USD 1.14 billion and pledged millions of oil inventories as collateral for loans that were sold in secret. As a result, receivables that have increased over the years and lost oil inventories that have been pledged are listed as receivable in order to conceal the losses.
In order to deceive auditors about accumulated losses over the years, Hin Leong managed to submit an exempted private certificate for submission with SCRA, the company's regulator. The question is, where were the auditors at that time?
Obtaining reasonable assurance that the financial statements are accurate and prepared in line with the financial reporting framework is the aim of an audit. The audited financial statement is used to aid decision making by stakeholders including creditors and shareholders. Since material misstatements were discovered in the audited financial accounts and the auditors provide unqualified opinion for Hin Leong's financial statements from 2014 to 2019, Hin Leong sued the audit partner. Due to the mispresentation of the firm's financial condition and state of affairs in audited financial accounts, the company creditors, which is banks and other financial institutions, were compelled to lend the company enormous sums of money. The management committee of the organization is also accountable for creating and delivering truthful financial statements, as well as continuously monitoring the financial statements. The auditor's role is limited to providing a qualified and unbiased opinion of these financial statements. Nevertheless, if management knowingly committed fraud, the auditor would not be able to gather and access supporting documentation. Therefore, according to the Deloitte spokesman, they performed to the highest audit and compliance standard given the information at the time. In fact, the auditors are not liable if a fraud involved action taken by senior officers on behalf of the company to benefit the company.
The importance of the audited financial statements may be seen in how they influence user decision making and thus the credibility of the company's financial statement. In this case, with the review and opinion of the auditor, global banks financed the company with less concession because they believed that Hin Leong had the potential to pay back their debts, which total about $3.5 billion. In addition, the auditors should evaluate the management integrity and exercise more care to avoid any fraud made by management and lead to material misstatement. In this case, Deloitte was the audit partner of Leong for 16 years, which implies that Deloitte believed the management integrity of the company as they had cooperated for a long time and no problem occurred during that time. Thus, when the auditor assumes there is less engagement risk in the company, they will put a higher audit risk because they consider the company as a low-risk client after a long period of cooperation. When the incident occurred, it is advised to periodically rotate the audit engagement partner. It could minimize the potential liability to the auditors.
Auditors have a duty to carry out their work in an ethical manner since clients pay for ethics and auditors have the ability to demand a high fee. Integrity, confidentiality, objectivity, professional competence, and due care or professional behavior are the 5 key principles that auditors must uphold. In this case, since Deloitte and Leong have worked together for 16 years, it's probable that the auditor and CEO of Leong having a close relationship. Due to this condition, audited financial statement won't be independent or reliable. Additionally, if the auditors do not abide by the code of ethics, they may express an opinion without reservation because they are more concerned with their own interests. Deloitte is tempted to publish a favorable report so that the firm can get a loan to pay off the unpaid audit fees, assuming that Leong is already having financial issues and did not pay Deloitte enough audit fees.
Last but not least, organizations encounter greater regulatory and compliance issues as they grow. As a result, the organization must have a reliable fraud protection system. The thoroughness and appropriateness of risk recognized by management, particularly management override risk, can be examined by internal auditors. In this case, since the Lee family is the sole director, there is no separation between the board of directors and management, both of whom are actively involved in running the company. This indicates that the boards of directors does not have any independent directors. Furthermore, the Leong group of firms lacks an internal audit function. Additionally, despite their size, the Leong group is exempt from corporate governance obligation under listing requirements of corporate governance guidelines because they are private businesses.
Financial scandals should be avoided because they have impact on the company's performances and in extreme cases can lead to the company's dissolution owing to bankruptcy. Furthermore, the company's untrustworthiness will leave a negative image on investors, consumers, and suppliers. The financial scandal influence can be divided into 3 categories. These implications include both immediate short-term effects on persons involved and long-term, more diffuse effects. As a result, it is the auditor's responsibility to analyze the risk of material misstatement of a company's financial statements. When frauds or errors are discovered, they should be reported to the appropriate management for a further investigation. Even though during the COVID-19 crisis affects many industries, especially the big and well-known company, as a good company, they should keep the senior management team, owner, and the board of directors informed of the progress in the auditing, even it was a challenge. Next, the company may evaluate the essentials improvement in the company to keep in track in resolving the pending audit issues. Evaluating the audit issues is to determine what the needs and action to be taken so that the company will not face high risk in the financial. Then, the corrective action should be